really just depends on what your goal is for this. And so it can be whatever you want it to be. I had worked for so long in property management. I had worked for so long in multiple different places. I was never home with the kids. I was never able to up and, go to the kids' school or anything like that. And so I was already looking for something that I could do that. And then this kind of came across and kind of fell in my lap. And so I started last couple of days of December, and then April, like 16th or something was my last day at my office job. Now, I wasn't making some astronomical amount of money at my office job. So it took work. Don't get me wrong. It took work to, replace it. But, I was done. I pretty much replaced it by April and have been doing it ever since. I mean, obviously, you guys know I do kind of a hodgepodge of stuff. I think it'd be hard pressed to find anybody that only does one thing, one stream of income, no matter what right now. But, I do a couple different things. This is and has been my main source for the last year now. So, I drink them. I talk about anytime I talk to a computer or talk to the phone, she gets very a little sketchy. So I promote it carefully on TikTok. We all know that TikTok has their own very strange rules and all of that. So, but for the most part, I do it via social media, Instagram, in person, family, friends, stuff like that too. So you don't have to have, and Sean, I mainly wanted Sean on here as opposed to like Matt or something like that, because Sean has done it without having kind of that social media presence. And so it's easy for somebody to be like, oh, it's easy for you because you have this platform. At the same time, Sean is proof that you can do it without that. So I didn't know if you wanted to just speak to that just for a couple minutes, just to like let them know that it's a possibility, because it is. So
yeah, no, for sure. Because when I started, hold on, I really need some water. Thank you, Colton. Thanks, buddy. When I started, I had 270 Facebook friends, just like everybody else. No TikTok, no Instagram, no anything. I was just so fired up and organically excited about what was going on, how I felt. I hadn't felt this incredible ever in my life that I could remember, maybe since I was 10, 12 years old, and probably fired up on a bag of candy. The stuff just lit me up. So I just went old school, I guess that you could say at this point. And, I threw a post up on Facebook and said I felt incredible, and nobody commented and nobody liked it and nobody, whatever. So then I just started texting my friends and my family and my mom and my, anybody who would listen, and sending them the video, kind of explain the product, and just like, you got to try this. It's amazing. And, your closest supporters can be your biggest haters, or they can be your biggest supporters. I don't know if I said that right. The people closest to you can be your biggest supporters or your biggest haters, whatever. So, but I was literally so fired up that I couldn't walk past somebody at the grocery store and not see them looking at the back of a label and then looking at doing the keto diet. And I'd be like, what's up? You doing the keto diet? Or just whatever, just messing around and just getting a conversation with them. So, I was fired up, and we signed up like 30 people our first month with no social media at all. And I was a tired, broke, chubby carpenter who didn't know shit and didn't know what a ketone was and didn't know anything about the keto diet and didn't know nothing. We had tried things. I lived off energy drinks and combos and donuts, literally. So I was headed in the wrong direction. And my kids were starting to tell me that I was fat and rocking the dad bod. And I went from tired, broke, and chubby to none of those things anymore. I'm not tired ever, not broke, definitely not broke, and I'm not chubby, not even close. So, but really just, if anybody, we can really dial into like the attraction part of it. We work with people every day to help them kind of build their businesses or get product for free, or like Tara said, we rolled, yes, I came in and I'm not supposed to make any income claims or whatever, but I made like, $3,500 my first month. That's not going to change anybody's life, but it showed me that it was real. And then my check went down because a bunch of people, when we started, we had one flavor, it sucked, and it pretty much made you shit your pants. Like, that's just the reality of it. And now everything's a lot more customer friendly. So if you haven't tried it yet, don't take to that. But
God.
so we had a lot of people jump in. They felt incredible, but they just weren't going to do it long term. So then our check went down to probably $250 a month, piddled down to that. And then, but we just never gave up. We were always excited. It was life-changing for us. So then it went from, 250 to 350 to 550 to 850. And then we were just rocking like $1,000 to $1,200 a month for like 4 years. But that was sweet. Like car payments were paid for, cell phones were paid for, and some extra grocery. Like that's life-changing to most families anywhere in the world. An extra $1,200 a month, that would change anyone's outlook off something that I was going to tell everybody I walked past regardless. I like, if anything has an impact on me and fires me up, I don't care if it's a new hoodie or a new hammer or whatever. Like I'm just that kind of person. If I like something, I'm going to tell everybody about it. So I've always kind of just kept that mentality that, like to not really focus on the wins or what the number says in my back office for my monthly check. Like I just share it because I love it and I'll never stop. And, COVID hit and I was bored like everyone else was, and everybody joined TikTok. And next thing you know, I met a couple people and I was like, dude, you got to try these ketones. And like 800 suckers never replied to me and one did. And then, he got involved and he ran a Zoom kind of like this, and Tara was on and Tara joined, and we've now been able to help a lot of people very fast. Obviously COVID, everyone was sitting around with carrying 20 extra pounds and broke and depressed and tired and just wanted to feel better. So it's nothing new. It's the hottest time of the year right now. There's tax return season, spring break's coming, everything's coming, summer's coming, everybody wants to look better and feel better, and winter's been long and hard on everybody. So this is my favorite time of the year. We get to help a lot of people, and it's just exciting to see it unfold.
You have a lot of people that are looking for something, and it's even better when you know that the thing that you have that they don't know that they're looking for yet, but you know that what you have works. That's the thing about, and I know what Jenny was talking about, different programs that she's tried and stuff like that. I had tried everything. I mean, 5 or 6 years ago, I was, very overweight. I had tried everything. I had some health stuff. I had all sorts of stuff, but I had tried everything. I did the beach bodies. I did the Thrives. I did all of those things, and none of them, they were either not sustainable. They didn't work. It was, a kind of a money pit or whatever it was. And that's not to bash any of those companies. It just didn't work for me. And so really, once I figured out like my weight loss and what my lifestyle was going to look like, this, and honestly, this couldn't be really any easier. Like when people reach out and they're like, I got it, or I'm looking to get the product, or I got my product or whatever. Now, what do I do? And I'm like, you drink it. You just drink it. Like, and that's it. And it's sometimes so hard for people to like grasp that concept. And I'm like, yeah, there's like different little things that you can tweak. You add in some water, make sure you're drinking your water, and make sure you're not. I had one girl one time that was like drinking 6 Diet Cokes a day, plus the ketones, but like no water. And she's like, I don't feel well. I'm like, I don't imagine you would. Like, I don't imagine that would be a good idea. Anyways, so it's just so easy that the problem is that because it's so easy, people do have questions and people want to question it, and they will question it all day long until, like Jenny said, until you actually try it and you're like, well, it worked. It was good, and there's like, 16 different flavors. And so there's all sorts of different ways to go about this. And then you can add in, even different products that we have, like the keto cream is something that I've become a little bit more, I've added in a little bit more. I find that it keeps me like really full throughout the morning. And so anyway, so there's multiple different products, but like just in that, if that's all that people end up doing, which for the most part it is, it's just so easy. And I think knowing like I won't put my name behind anything that I don't do, or that I don't believe in, or that I think is crap. I just won't. And that's what's great about like my social media, following, or whatever you want to say, is I think that if people know you as a person. I think if people know who you are, what you stand for, and you're not going to do anything that you either don't believe in, or you're, not going to waste anybody else's time. I feel like that right there just kind of gets people intrigued. And then it's just from there, if you can get somebody to try it, I feel like from there, it just kind of just takes care of itself, because it is that easy. It's delicious. Sometimes you may find a flavor that you're like, I'm not too fond of that one. Well, guess what? We've got 12 other ones or 15 other ones or whatever it is. So, I think once you do that, you're kind of just, it kind of works itself. It's literally just getting people, just try it. Here, take a packet. I had my neighbors literally came over the other day, and I had just gotten my shipment in and I was unpacking it. And they're like, we did it a couple years ago. We weren't really fond of it, but we were thinking about maybe giving it a try. Now, like, you do this, we see that you do this, we'll try it. And I like gave them 2 packets, and I was like, go ahead, let me know. And they were talking about, like, even the, just the energy that they felt like that first day. They were like, you just feel better. You just feel good.
Mhm.
And so it's just little stuff like that. It's just getting people to try it. And then they ended up placing an order yesterday. So once you get people to try it, I feel like it's pretty easy. It works itself. So
Yeah, I agree. There's so many people that I have freaking out about what to do, what to eat, when to drink it, when to drink water, how to start, when to drink their coffee. I'm like, dude, just chill out. Like, this is a huge contributing factor to why you're not healthy, because you are overthinking the shit out of this.
everything.
Literally so that then I know that you overthink everything. And I was like, okay, my number one rule is you have to chill out, and you have to not stress out about it, and you can't look at the scale for a week, and you just have to smile and be happy and let it do its magic, and it will. But if you're stressing out and freaking out about it all, it ain't gonna work, because your stress hormones and your cortisol and all this, especially for women, who I keep seeing to be stereotyping, like,
It's
nothing's
true.
gonna
We have it rough. Okay.
yeah, nothing
We're
is
not like
gonna
you
work
that
for you.
can just like pop over and drop 10 pounds like that. Okay. It's not
Yeah.
that easy.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, if we have 25,000 people on our team, 20,000 of them are women. It seems to be like 13,000 of them are nurses for whatever reason. Everyone I talk to, I'm like, what do you do? They're like, I'm a nurse. I'm like, wow.
They need that extra pep in their step, especially recently.
Yeah, well, they coach people on how to be healthy, and they're like the least healthiest, occupation that we have. I don't know, cafeteria food. I'm going to blame it on that. Yeah, no, those are all good things too. And really, like, I've been telling people so much lately, and I've always tried to, but I forget sometimes, that I always tell people that the product is absolutely amazing, but that didn't change my life. Like, the community, the support, the love, the education, the thought leaders, the, personal development, that stuff was the life-changing part of it for me. I mean, I wasn't an influencer. I don't have the confidence that Tara might have, or or whatever I do now, but I certainly didn't then. I wasn't going live on Facebook eating my lunch. Now I do, because I tell people how incredible it is. But it's just cool. I just see it transform people into such a different lifestyle, and give them the confidence and belief in themselves that they would never have had, and maybe they would have had someday, but they would have had to found something like this in a company that really focuses on, Pruvit's vision and mission is to inspire people to become the best versions of themselves. It's like the best slogan ever, and they have all the tools to back it up, because they want to turn you into an absolute beast. They don't want you to just lose 15 pounds and feel better. They want to turn you into a monster, it wants to conquer the world. So it's really incredible. I think that's one of the best parts of the whole company. I mean, the food's amazing. The supplements are to die for, but I love the rest of it too.
So, I think I just briefly wanted to touch on a couple of different ways to start. I think, and then that was really it. I wanted to keep it as short and sweet for people as possible. I know it's later, depending on where people are. But I know we also have the brand builder Max is the one I can like picture. I can picture like the green picture.
Yeah, no,
just
the
saw
new
the other
brand
day.
builder Max. So
Yeah.
anyone can start with a 10-day challenge, and if they want to share it and take people along with them on their journey, really that's the best time to start. Like, I don't know if anyone, who's tried it and who hasn't tried it. I know Jenny's tried it or whatever, but like, you'll never be able to go back and recreate that organic excitement of when you drank your first drink. So like, I always tell people to just kind of experiment. Anyone, especially if they say that this is kind of expensive, I'm like, well, then take everybody along with you on your journey, and I guarantee you won't be paying for it by your second month. Like, there's no way. You get two people to join you on SmartShip, yours is free every month. So you can literally get in and make $1 million with a 10-day challenge kit, a SmartShip, and a $49.99 a year promoter membership fee. There is some big time promoter benefits to some of the other ones. The mini builder, you get no promoter benefits, but you get 5 boxes for $500, and they throw your membership in for $1 instead of $49.99. That we have a new brand builder max that comes with 10 boxes, all 10 flavors that we have like available right now, or the 9 mainstays in the box of Groovy Grape they're throwing in, and it's 30% off. So that's like, what was the price on that? Like 900 or something.
Yeah, I had just seen it.
930. So either way, none of it matters because
910
910. So 910 for 10 boxes, but they throw in the
instead of
membership for $1.
instead of 1300.
Yeah, instead of 1300. But then there's a bunch of commission promoter benefits with that. You get a rank 5 commission rate for a year. You can get a double all-star bonus, which is kind of Chinese to anybody who doesn't know anything about that. But and then you get double commission your first 30 days on any promoters that join you. But the thing is too, like right now, we have people that are buying, and we have Sezzle that like splits it into 4 easy payments, no interest, no fees, no nothing. So they're literally paying 4 payments of like $214 a month or whatever that is, and taking people along with them on their journey. By the time they're even paying, they have like 6 months worth of product because they just got 10 boxes. And by the time they're even paying some of their other payments, they're just paying them right with the money out of their Pruvit wallet because they got a couple people interested, and their SmartShips coming for free, and they're selling off samples. I mean, people are literally using it to double down and ordering multiple ones and selling off the samples because they're getting them at such a discounted rate. So if you're, they were pretty on sale last month, and I might have bought 4 of them before the end of the month, and now I got like 100 boxes sitting here. But I'm just good at simple math, and everything I do is.
I did not do those things. I get like I've built up mine though, to where, you'll get, obviously, I don't even know how to articulate this probably the best way, but as you go, yes, when you like first start out, if you're on SmartShip, you get 2 people on SmartShip, your monthly box is free. I'm to the point now where I think like my shipment this month, I was able to get, I think 5 boxes. I always like max out my SmartShip because that's just the smartest thing to do. Especially, based on the customers that you have and stuff like that. So I think I was able to get 5 boxes, and then I still only paid shipping. So I think I paid like $50, maybe.
Yeah, it's tax
maybe.
and shipping.
Yeah, with tax and shipping. So I think it was like $57, I think, for my SmartShip, but I got 5 boxes, and the keto cream and stuff like that too. So, that's how I always, just to give you guys an idea, that's how I always have stuff, maybe not always, but that's how I have stuff on hand, to do samples, or if anybody's asking, I really want to try it, but I really don't want to commit. Now, since I'm taking it out of like my personal stock, like you guys will be taking it out of your own stock, you'll have to ship it yourself, stuff like that. So that's something to take into account when you're dealing with sample pricing and stuff like that. But I still will always push people to try the 10-day challenge to start out with. 1, it's the most cost effective. 2, they get quite a mixture of everything, and they can try it, see what works, see what they like, see what they don't like. So that's where I always want people to start. But you will have those people that are like, I'm not buy whatever the reason, but they will say, I'm not, I don't want to buy a box, even though it's the most cost effective at that time. So that's why I like to have samples on hand, just so that way. And I think a couple of you in here have gotten samples from me before, but just to start out with, just to see, and that's fine too, but it's nice to have that product on hand. So that's kind of how I get enough, monthly to get mine. But again, it's once you build it up, that's.
And just to clear the air on that too, like, you're actually, when you're sharing it with others, the 2 biggest orders each month they take those and average them out, and that's how much you get in free products. So if you have families that are drinking, we have families that get 3, 4, 5 box smart chips. So no matter what, if we have 2 families that get 3 box smart chips or just personal customers, we get 3 for free at minimum. And then everything above and beyond that. And like, I'm not trying to go into the comp plan, but just to know that it's so easy to get not just a free box, but you're definitely going to find people that are going to get 2 box smart chips or 3 box smart chips, or they're drinking with a spouse and, you know, they drink one every day and they like to have some to double up. So they get 4 box smart chips. And then as it goes on, they're actually getting them for free and we're all just getting them for free. Like, I mean, that's, you know, I know how much it costs to make Keto Nat, and it's expensive. And I'm really actually surprised that the company makes any money at all, because so many of us are drinking them for free. Like, and I know the exact price. Like it's pretty expensive. It's a lot higher than any other supplement company that I've ever heard of. I mean, a lot of the ingredients are exotic extracts and they're not easy to get. So especially through these last couple of years.
Yeah.
So, and they're really passionate about like people's health and their longevity. Like there's another reason to be a part of the company. I mean, they're really here, you know, they want you to turn into a healthy beast, but you know, they focus on your brain health and your heart health and your longevity and you're just aging well. And like most of the people that I know that have joined Pruvit literally look younger than when they started. I mean, through taking care of your metabolic health and straightening out your hormones and chemical imbalances and all the shit that I'm not really allowed and supposed to say, like you actually look younger. Like, I mean, even me as a dude, I mean, you look at a picture of me 5 years ago and I like almost look younger now than I did then. And especially, I think, I mean, I think it's a little more impactful for women, but still, I mean, I'm happy going this way instead of going up. So I don't know. I mean, we have people in the company that are 70 years old and they just look amazing. They're just glowing. And without ketones, I don't think that's what they look like. So it's cool.
It's funny. I feel like my skin looks better than it did like this time last year, which is so funny to think about. But I'm like, yeah, I drink I do drink water and everybody's, you know, what's your skincare routine? I'm like, I don't have one. I drink your ketones, drink your water. And honestly, like, you know, like it's just, I just feel like I was looking back at some of my videos. I was going through TikTok, some of my videos like this time last year, and I'm like, I look better now. I look better now than I did. I look better now than I did then. So
it kind of forces you to do, you know, it just forces you to do so many things that are healthy for you, or subconsciously you just start doing them that, you know,
you do because you feel better. So when you feel better, you do more.
Yep. Yeah, it sets you up for success in so many ways that it's tough for people to fail. People still fail because they just, I don't know, they just aren't ready, or it's not their time or whatever. Like people come and go, but they usually come back, like Jenny. Hey, Jenny.
Like Jenny. Hi, Jenny. Yeah. So I think, I mean, that's really what I just wanted to cover, especially because I know Shelby had been inquiring with me before. Jenny and I have talked. I don't know if Courtney and I have talked. But
They're multitasking. She's listening in though.
That's totally fine. No, there's been a couple people that were like inquiring specifically. So I'm like, you know, take it from me that not take it from me, take it from Sean that you don't need, like, I especially wanted to touch on that whole like social media following, because I can say it all day long. And I get how some people could be like, easy for you to say, or, you know, whatever it is. But when I started, I didn't have, I think I had around, I was in the $100,000 range. So I get that. But people, like, there's the very like foundation, I feel like, of the company. You guys all started it and have done it without social media.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not completely without social media, but without some astronomical, you know, social media following. So
there just wasn't social media. I mean, Instagram was starting to take off kind of here in the United States. I mean, Pruvit's been around for almost 7 years. You really think back to 7 years ago, people had an Instagram, but nobody had a freaking Instagram, you know, unless you were a celebrity.
Exactly.
You know, so and the thing is too, like anybody who's joined our team and then tell us that you want to work on your social media, you have Tara at your disposal, you know, and me, you know, who's really had to grind and try to build my social media. I mean, now I have 12,000 on TikTok, but I still have 12,000, you know,
right.
99% of people have less than 100 or whatever, less than 1,000. And, I just started to get more Facebook friends and just build my network, build my Instagram a little, which is incredibly hard for most people.
It is.
So I think I have 1,100 on Instagram, but then, Facebook, I tried to get as many friends as I could and talk to as many people I could. So like I was hell bent to win at Pruvit. So if somebody's hell bent to win at Pruvit and they don't have a social media following, we will work on the whole thing and I will make sure that you win. And Tara can help you with your social media and I can help you with the Pruvit part of it. So, and now I actually got 30,000 Facebook followers just at that
Oh
point.
my, 30,000. Listen, I'm impressed.
Yeah. Which has been kind of hard to grind on and get to for some reason. I don't know. But yeah,
it depends, I think, with Facebook, but Instagram's hard. Instagram is a platform that is it's not easy to like grow on because people can just scroll and like your stuff, no problem. And same thing with TikTok, but for some reason, TikTok's really easy to like
hit the follow button.
Instagram
Well,
is
Instagram,
not so
like
much.
you have to scroll pretty far to even get to a post that is someone that you don't follow. And then there's just a tiny ass little follow thing right there. Like you really gotta want to off just like a picture or something.
Yeah.
Obviously, reels have helped a ton, but it's still, I think it's feeding people more reels from the people that they follow and not like a For You page.
It is. It does. Mhm.
So it is really hard. I haven't put a lot of energy into it. I remember having 200 Instagram followers and being like, I need to get to 1,000. So then I put in like a month's work, like talking to people and building relationships and following people and just comment, there's ways to build your social media. I mean, if I got to 1,100, anybody can do it because I, nail boards and build houses and whatever. So, no, but it's all good stuff because you have a team of people that are here to help support you. I mean, everybody's good at their own things. And it's not just me and it's not just Tara. I mean, there's my wife, there's other people, social media people, there's other people who are really good at Facebook and other people that are really good at all part of our team. So it's cool.
Yeah. So it can be done. I kind of wanted to touch base on that and just see if y'all had any questions. If not, you guys can just reach out to me directly. I mean, I answer almost to my detriment. I have to answer all of them like immediately. But open it up for just a hot second. If y'all have questions, let us know. I know Jenny, we had talked a little bit in the beginning. So if you guys have anything, just let me know. Otherwise, that the Brand Builder Max one, did that have an ending date on it?
I
see.
I didn't see one. I mean, Pruvit never really tells us anything. All of a sudden there's just something here and then
yes. So it just says limited time only. So it is there. I'll probably post it because I had it saved. But so it's because it started the 5th. So it did start 5 days ago. So who knows how long it's going to be up, but it's there. If that's something y'all are interested in, if you're interested in just starting, with the very basic, we can do that too. So, if you're interested in starting, just reach out and I can help you get started.
And if you're going to give them a shot for a couple of months to buy one and put it on Sezzle is almost.
The Sezzle is, if I would have had Sezzle back a year ago, I would have been like, give me all of, give me 2 Brand Builder Maxes, quite frankly, because
I know.
I just went through them. I just went through the samples so quickly that, I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong, but it was funny because they didn't have like the Sezzle option even just a year ago. And it's nice. It's nice to have now. So
yeah, it's cheap. I mean, it's cheaper if you're going to drink them for a couple months. You get 1 box of every flavor. You have a full variety of 10 flavors.
Yeah.
And you can pound them as much as you want, knowing that they're cheaper. You can flip samples, burn through, whatever. It's just a cool option. I'm just glad that they have it.
Yeah. Well, it seems like a lot of places have it now. So it was good for them. Everybody's like, you can do that. I'm like, you can. It's at checkout, but it's nice because it just is. It just is.
I don't understand how the company makes any money. We must pay them because it's no interest, no fees. You're not tied to anything. Like and it's the same price. So we must Pruvit must pay them a service fee or something.
You probably pay a service fee. They're like with all the boutiques and like stuff that like on the other side of the stuff that I do, everybody has Sezzle now or some sort of like afterpay of some kind. Yeah. So I think that they do have to pay some sort of service fee because it's not available just all willy-nilly. So
Yeah, they didn't
um,
up our rates for it, so I don't really care.
no, they didn't, nothing really changed. They were just all of a sudden one day they're like, we have Sezo. I'm like, all right then.
Yep.
All right then. So all right, that was really it. I mean, is there anything that I didn't
No,
cover?
I think it was great, and I did record it. I remembered a little late, so if you get anybody who wants a replay, I'm gonna
Yeah,
download
I mean,
it.
we had quite a few. I had a couple people that were like, I wanted to jump on, and then this happened. So I had a couple people that were doing that. So I got to check in my messages and stuff like that. But yeah, if y'all have questions, reach out. Otherwise, thanks for popping on. Thanks for listening to us, and we'll talk to y'all soon.
All right, later.
Thank you.